Hello everyone, so welcome for this presentation about Vietnam, really focus only on mice. So for Vietnam, a small introduction. So it's important for you to know that Vietnam is really a large and lengthed country. It's more or less the size of Germany, just to give you an idea. There is really three different regions that you have to well know. It's really the region of the north with Hanoi Along, as well the mountain with the border with China. Then you have the center. The main city for us will be Hoi An and Da Nang, but you have as well the very historical and well-known city of Hue in the center. And then you have the south. The south with the biggest city of Vietnam, Saigon, Ho Chi Minh, as well the Mekong Delta, and as well the different possibility for the beach extension. Important as well to know that there is a lot of UNESCO touristic sites around Vietnam. Vietnam is 92 million of inhabitants. It's almost 9 million only for Saigon. We have direct flight from Europe in Hanoi or in Saigon, and we have 3 Asia travel offices, one offices per region, per provinces. As well, just general information. So the tourism really opened and started in Vietnam in 1991. It's more or less 6 million of visitors, travelers per year. The plus of the destination, various landscape, mountain, beaches, plain, as well a lot of ethnic minorities in the north, but as well in the center. A little bit up north of Saigon, what we call it the island, we have as well some minorities. Numerous touristic sites, cultural richness, a lot of architectural, well-preserved monuments in Hanoi, but as well in Hoi An and in Saigon. The people are really welcoming, friendly. We have a large choice of accommodation all around the country and very good infrastructure, road, airport. The train, not really, but for the road and the airport, easy to go and to travel all around the country. The challenge of the destination, the climate, really different from the north to the south. So you really have as well, it's something that you really have to careful when you sell, when you offer Vietnam to clients. As I mentioned earlier in the other webinar, you have to avoid the center of Vietnam during the stormy season, October, November, but as well during the winter season, January, February. And then you can really sell the center of Vietnam, especially for March, April, and May and June, it's quite good. We have also few provinces not accessible for MICE group. Really, the top north, it's complicated. When we call it about the region of Sapa, it's good, but for a group of 20%, very active. As well, probably you will heard about Ba Be Lake, very nice, beautiful places, but not good accommodation for incentive groups. The same for the beach extension. I will detail this a little bit later, but it's not a good choice for all of the groups. And some sites are very touristic, but very touristic as well because it's very well known as Halong Bay. The main touristic sites, so we have the north, Hanoi Along, and then I just make for you the other one because probably you will heard, maybe the client will ask about Mai Chau, Sapa, and Ninh Binh. More information about those places on the B2B website. Feel free to go to have a look. In the center, the main part for us will be Hoi An and Da Nang. And then, of course, you have the city of Hue, Da Lat, and Nguyen Ngoan Thot. Not really good for my Vietnamese accent. Then in the south, we have Saigon and the Mekong Delta. For the different options for the beach, we have Quy Nhon, Nha Trang, Phan Thiet, and Phu Quoc. Hanoi. Hanoi is the official capital of Vietnam, very rich historical heritage, a lot of contrast between modernity, business, and tradition, at least today in Hanoi. The main touristic sites are the Temple of the Literature, the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, the One Pillar Pagoda, as well the Old Quarter, the One Kem Lake, the Museum of Ethnology. What can we do? A rally in the Old Quarter. We can meet as well the inhabitants of the old district of Hanoi, of the Old Quarter. Why not doing a cooking class with a chef, organize a gala dinner in historical museum, to go as well a little bit outside of Hanoi, along the Red River by bicycle, as well to visit some handicraft villages, to organize as well a transfer by motorbike. in Hanoi, we call it the motodob. So it's really the small guy waiting at the corner of each street that will bring you from one place to another as the local taxi. Easy, we can just then use them for a transfer for the dinner. Very funny. So we give, of course, the participant will not drive. They are not allowed to drive, but we can, of course, so we have the driver. We can give to the driver maybe the t-shirt with the logo of the company. We can as well make a funny helmet for everyone to make it more secure, but it's something we can use as well. The Jeep, as well, different way, with different kind of transport. Halong Bay, UNESCO World Heritage Site located in the Tonkin Gulf. It's around 1,900 islands and islets. Floating village, karstic island, caves. Halong Bay is located 4 hours from Hanoi by bus. Other way to go there by train. So you leave from Hanoi and you go to Halong Bay, then by a seaplane or by helicopter. Of course, the cheapest one, it will be by bus. We make a stop in the middle, as we call it, technical stop. Recommendation, 1 day, 1 night, and then, of course, you stay overnight on the boat, what we call it, the junk. All the junk are wooden junk, very traditional style, then very nice one. What can we do? Kayak, boat regatta, cruise on the bay, over the junk, dinner on the upper deck of the junk. One thing very important that you have to remember, not possible anymore to organize a dinner in the cave and on the beach. It used to be possible before, but it's changed 6 months ago of new regulation from the bay, and now it's not possible anymore. So the only possibility to organize the dinner, it's on the upper deck of the boats. Hoi An, so the city located in the center of Vietnam. Hoi An as well, UNESCO World Heritage Site, charming city with its small street, pagoda and old house, as you can see on the first picture, next to the beach. The beach are located half Da Nang, half Hoi An. International airport located in Da Nang. Da Nang and Hoi An, it's only 30 minutes by bus. A lot of connection between Da Nang and Hanoi, Da Nang as well and Saigon, Da Nang and Siem Reap, Da Nang and Singapore. Da Nang, big airport, so easy to access. Recommendation, it's really to stay 2 days in Hoi An. 1 day to discover the city of Hoi An, the old city, and 1 day to enjoy by yourself. The city, just to walk around, it's pedestrian city, so very nice, very quiet, with a lot of place to go for shopping. You can as well make a tailor-made clothes. You can as well relax at the beach, or you can discover some of the islands close to Hoi An. The main touristic site of Hoi An is the Japanese bridge, as well the old houses and boutique from the Chinese and as well the colonial period, the Temple of Mison, located 1 hour from Hoi An, and as well the different pagoda. Activities, then you can go to Tra Quay village. It's an agricultural village, so you can go there with the bicycle from Hoi An. It's a very nice ride. As well, you can make your own lantern. The very traditional lantern, and you can see on this picture. Then the traditional lantern of Hoi An are very famous, and then you can learn how to make it as well. So as I mentioned, the bike ride in the countryside, the excursion to Charm Islands, the gala dinner in the street of Hoi An. You can go as well to the Temple of Mison and to use the Jeep to make it different. As well, as you can see on this picture of this traditional basket boat, as well, we can organize a race. Really depends which kind of group do you have. If it's more incentive, if it's more reward, if it's young, if it's old, we can really adapt all the activities. Saigon, so the city in the south of Vietnam, the largest town of Vietnam, 8 million of inhabitants, economic hub of the country, modern city close to the Mekong Delta, very modern and cosmopolitan city, cultural ways. 2 days, it's perfect. 1 day in Saigon, 1 day outside in the Mekong Delta. What can we find in Saigon? We have still a lot of vestige from the colonial period. So with inspiration of the French architecture, as the post office or the Catholic Church. We have as well very long avenue with a lot of tree and park, locals market, pagodas. Activity. Why not discover the art of the calligraphy with a master, a teacher in calligraphy? We can as well do a city tour with the vintage car. We can learn the traditional music from a family, rally with the jeep in the city, Tai Chi early morning session and breakfast in the local restaurant, gala dinner in the highest tower of Saigon, a lot of things. Really, it's a very good mix between Saigon and Hanoi. Hanoi, we can really more focus on the traditional things, and Saigon, we can play with both traditional but as well modern. So very good alternative. And the Mekong Delta, really known, well known, and known all around the world as the Vietnam rice basket. It's a huge, big supermarket when you can find all the fruits and vegetables and everything you need. The Mekong Delta, it's 6 provinces. Most of citizens live along the river and the canals. The first village close to Saigon, it's between 1.5 to 2 hours. So no need to stay overnight, just for one day. You leave in the morning, you come back in the evening. How to discover the Mekong Delta? The cruise with a small boat on the Delta or the medium boat, as well to do a bicycle ride. To stay overnight in the local house, but as well to enjoy your lunch with the local people over there. So good mix. You're in the city, in Saigon, you discover this big city, the hub, economic hub of Vietnam, but on the other end, the next day, you can see really the local, how the Vietnamese live in the countryside along the Mekong. Beach option, the best one will be Phu Quoc, the small island in the south of Vietnam. The must untouched beach, the nice beach with palm tree over the island, snorkeling and fishing too, As well, you can discover the earth of the island, the pepper plantation, very famous pepper, kayak on the river. How to access to Phu Quoc? By flight, from Saigon or from Hanoi. The other option, the best one, will be Hoi An. As I mentioned earlier, it's as well good because in Hoi An, you can of course stay in the hotel close to the beach, and you can as well discover the city. Then you have a lot of things to do, so it's a very good combination if you have a group who is not really looking for a beach extension, but just for a relaxed day. Hoi An will be perfect. Phu Quoc will be really for the beach extension. We can do some activities, but not that much. The other option will be Quy Nhon. Bai Dai Beach is the most attractive beach that provides gorgeous view on the Cuu Lao Island, but most for leisure, like relax, nothing to do. Nha Trang, it's really in the, I would say, center south of Vietnam. One of the most crowded beaches in Vietnam, surrounded with minibar, restaurant, and entertaining places. A lot of Chinese, a lot of Russian. So mostly leisure, big hotel, big infrastructure. We have bar and restaurants in Nha Trang, but no activities. No snorkeling, no diving, nothing. So meaning the people, when they go there, it's only to relax, and you sit on the beach and that's it. Phan Thiet, it's one as well of the nicest beach in Vietnam, in the south of Vietnam, white sand and red sand dunes, especially the dune of Mui Nhie, the most attractive beach, very good for kite surfing. The problem of Phan Thiet is the access. You have to drive from Saigon. It's between 4 to 5 hours drive from Saigon. Then really these 3 options, Quy Nhon, Nha Trang, Phan Thiet, are not really recommended for MICE. It's mostly leisure clients, no good option for activities or for gala dinner. In these 3 cities, 3 places, we can find very good hotels, 4-star, 5-star, that are very, very nice and international one, but not good for incentive. Important as well to see. So important after this webinar to have a look as well and to watch the presentation with the different options for programs, and you will really understand better how I present the different part of Vietnam. Don't forget as well the international airports are located in Hanoi, Da Nang, and Saigon. What else can I mention? I forget a few things. Maybe I can go a little bit with the technical and the practical information. I mentioned already this part as well with the program, but always good to know. Official language, the Vietnamese, the time difference, we have GMT +7. we all need a visa to go to Vietnam, and we need a passport valid at least 6 months beyond the date of return. As I mentioned earlier, very be careful with the weather for Vietnam. We have a lot of other options. If you have clients who want to go deeper in the country, of course it's possible, but at the beginning, really try to sell, I will say, or at least to know well the main places to go in Vietnam. Hanoi Along, Hoi An, and Saigon Mekong Delta. Thank you for your attention. I hope it will help you a lot to understand better Vietnam, and do not hesitate as well to have a look at the B2B for more information. Bye-bye.